Most copywriters are broke because they don't understand how money works. In this video, I'm going to give you 17 money models that can make you rich using nothing but words. If you want to keep fighting for $500 projects, go watch my friend Tyson's channel. He'll take great care of you. But if you're ready to start closing 3K retainers like it's your job, pay attention because this is the most practical money-making guide I could ever give you. By now, I'm sure you know that Alex Hormozi just launched his third book in the $100 million series, making over $100 million during the book launch itself and destroying the Guinness World Record for biggest non-fiction book launch in history. In fact, it was the fourth biggest book launch ever, losing only to Harry Potter 5, 6, and 7, which for any book, let alone a book about business economics, is stupidly impressive. By the way, if you want a behind the scenes look into this record-breaking launch, I actually interviewed the secret genius behind Alex's launches on my channel because he was an old member in my program. You can watch it after this. But here's what's driving me crazy. I know most copywriters are going to read this book, watch the free course, highlight a few sentences, screenshot some quotes for Twitter, and then crawl right back to fighting over $500 gigs like nothing ever happened. Meanwhile, there's a small group of copywriters who actually get it, and they're positioning themselves as business growth partners, not just freelancers. So if you're too busy to read Alex's new book, consider this video your TLDR. Now, if you're new to the business world, a money model is essentially a deliberate sequence of offers in the order that makes the most money. For example, a gym. You might come in for a free trial and then you sign up for a 6-week challenge, then you buy a bunch of supplements, and then you end up becoming a member for $20 a week. That's not random. That's a very intentional funnel because after a shit ton of testing, people, i.e. Alex, who pioneered this model for the gym industry, found that it makes way more money than pushing a membership first. Every industry from real estate to airlines to cafes to car washes has a proven model that makes the whole business work. Without this model, they don't have the cash flow to grow, so they either stay small or go bankrupt. With this model, they unlock limitless scale and make hundreds of millions of dollars, so it's kind of important to get your model right. And you don't have to be a billion-dollar enterprise to use these same principles. Even little old copywriters like us can use these to double, triple, or even 10x our income. So what I'm going to do for you here in this video is break down the 16 money models covered in Alex's book, and I'm going to show you how to apply them as a copywriter to land more clients and make more money from each client. Be sure to save this video because you're going to want to come back and reference it, trust me. We have 6 attraction offers, 4 upsell offers, 3 downsell offers, 3 continuity offers, and a partridge in a pear tree. We don't have a partridge, but we do have a mystery bonus offer at the end. Now, one of these 17 offers has personally made me over $1 million. I want you to comment below which one you think it is, because I'm gonna give $100 to someone who gets it right. First up, attraction offers. If your client roster is drier than a Sahara desert and you're struggling to even get replies, let alone booked calls, listen up, I'm about to change your life. Starting with attraction offer number 1 in the book, win your money back. This offer is crazy. Check it out. So they pay you now, but if they do the steps and get the promised result, they get their money back, either as cash or credit. So you're essentially incentivizing them to do the thing they were going to do anyway. Now you might be wondering, since this is contingent on the client doing the work and getting a result, how you would apply this to a done-for-you service like copywriting where the client doesn't have to do any work. Great question. You could say, I'll write a 5-day win-back campaign, and if it recovers at least 10K in 14 days, you win your fee back as cash or credit towards a retainer, if you send me login access in time and approve the emails in time. Now, as a rule of thumb, I would offer 10K for a list size of 20,000 or more, so you can change the promise according to their list size. This is a great way to filter out clients from hell who drag their feet and take forever to send you the shit you need to start. You know who you are. And if you're like, Jesus, dude, really? Like, all they have to do is send me a login and then I have to do all this work only to give them money back afterwards? How the fuck does that make any sense? Great question. A lot of people think that with this offer, you only make money on the people who don't get the result. But that's short-term thinking. See, this is an attraction offer, not your main offer. The only goal here is to get your foot in the door and establish a relationship with them. You pick something high impact that doesn't take long to deliver and you charge a low price. Let's say $500. Do you think if someone pays you $500 and they make 10K that they're gonna want to keep working with you? No shit, Sherlock. And then you credit that $500 towards the first month of a retainer, so they get a $500 discount on the first month. And if a 7-figure business owner is actually stingy enough to ask for his $500 back after you just made the motherfucker 10K, then good, give the money back and move on, because he was gonna be a shit client anyway and you just dodged the bullet. To summarize, this attraction offer is like sacrificing a pawn to win a queen. The point isn't to make $500, it's to get your foot in the door, get them a great result, earn their trust, and then ascend them into an ongoing retainer. And if you truly want to make this offer nuclear, you can couple it with a results guarantee where you say, hey, and if I don't make you at least 5K, then you don't pay. This is an outrageous offer because the prospect literally can't lose. If I hit the goal, you don't pay. If I don't hit the goal, you don't pay. You deliver results, blow their mind, and then upsell them into a retainer. Very powerful offer in the right hands. Now, moving on to attraction offer number 2, decoy offers. If you don't know what these are, I promise you've seen hundreds of them and you probably don't even know it. If you've ever been to the cinema or Starbucks, you've 100% seen this. Let's say you go to see Avatar 3 when it comes out in December. Disney, you better not fucking butcher this. You walk in and they have 3 sizes of popcorn. Small, $4, medium, $6.50, and large, $7. Now, when pricing is linear, then most people, when presented with 3 options, tend to go for the middle option because it feels safe. But by increasing the price of that middle option to only be 50 cents less than the large, most people go, what the hell, I'll just get a large. That is a successful decoy offer in action. Now, in the Moziverse, they define a decoy offer as essentially a lead magnet, which you present alongside the premium offer to make the premium version the obvious choice. So as a freelance copywriter, you could advertise a free or $1 DIY funnel kit, then present your stacked 30-day launch build beside it so that the build is the obvious choice. So your ad or post would say, opening 10 spots for a free DIY funnel kit, the templates, swipes, and checklists I use to ensure profitable launches. And if you want lasting results, I'll show you our 30-day launch build on the call. Now, in order to get the free DIY funnel build, they have to book a 10-minute call with you. Then at the start of the call, you say, hey, quick check. Are you here for free stuff or lasting results? If they say results, skip the free thing and then just go straight to presenting your 30-day launch build, 6K offer or whatever it is. That includes a sales funnel, full email sequence, landing page copy, A/B test, fully implemented end-to-end with a 10K sales result guarantee. It's built to put sales on the board this month. The investment is 6K. I have 1 build slot this month. If you want it, we'll lock it in and get started today. And if they ask about the free offer, then you can just say the DIY funnel kit includes my template, swipe file, and setup checklist, but there's no implementation, tests, or guarantee. If they ask for the kit, say, cool, send it over to them, and just say, hey, when you're ready to launch, we'll run the build. Feel free to add a surprise benefit for the decoy buyers, like a bonus subject mini line pack to build goodwill, so that you can upsell them later, because at the end of the day, they're still a lead. This is essentially a very clever alternative to a lead magnet you can use to attract ideal clients on the spot. By the way, if this video is already valuable and you want to shortcut all of this with done-for-you scripts you can plug and play to land clients, I created an entire $100 million money models for copywriters template pack to accompany this video. Click the first link in the description below to get it absolutely free. Was that a decoy offer? You'll never know. Attraction offer number 3, buy X, get Y free. In plain English, this basically means buy one thing, get these extra things free. So level 1 would be, let's say you sell a shirt for $10. Most people come in and they would buy 1 shirt. Level 2 is you charge $15 for a shirt and you say, hey, buy 2 shirts, get 1 free. You now sell 3 at a time and get $30 for 3 shirts, which is the same effective cost of $10 per shirt. But way more people buy 3 shirts instead of 1. We can take this even further. Level 3 is you flip it and you make it even sexier. So now it's buy 1 shirt, get 2 free. But now instead of $15, you know what's up, it's $30 for a shirt. So you get paid the same $30 for 3 shirts, but you've effectively made buying 3 shirts the only option because it's 3 for 1. So everyone who buys 1 shirt buys 3. All you did was change the price of the shirt and the deal structure, and now you're selling 3 times more shirts with every order. That's cool if you're selling shirts, but how do we apply this as a copywriter? Well, if level 1 is, let's say you sell a sales page for 3K, a VSL for 1,000, ads for 500, and emails for 500, level 2 would be bundling together in a package and presenting that as the only option. So it's 5K for everything, but we can go further. Level 3 would be, instead of charging 5K for the bundle, you position it as, hey, it's 5K for a sales page, but if you hire me to write a sales page this week, I will also write your VSL, ads, and emails for free. Doing this not only adds urgency, but it positions the sales page itself as worth 5K, so you seem like a better copywriter. And when they get all these other things free with it, it just seems like a much better deal. But in reality, just like the t-shirt example, all you did was take your 5K bundle, split it apart, and say you get all this extra for free when you buy this. Same bundle, better frame. Give it a shot. Attraction offer number 4, pay less now or pay more later. This is super simple. It's basically choose a cheaper price today or a higher price later. So as a copywriter, if I were closing a client right now in September, I would say, hey, you know, from next month, we're in the busy season with all the holiday sales, Halloween, Black Friday, Christmas. So naturally, I have a lot more people reaching out to hire me for their campaigns. So I'll tell you what, if you start this month while it's quieter, I'll give you a lifetime discounted rate. So it'll be only $3K a month for a daily email included including promo calendar, deliverability, and automations, all completely done for you. Or if you start next month in busy season, it'll be $3,500 a month and it won't include any of those bonuses. This creates massive urgency, removes excuses, and pulls deals forward across the line. If you're gonna do it, I would definitely wrap the offer in some sort of reason why to make it feel more legit and less like a try-hard urgency play. And to me, the whole busy season thing is definitely the best way to do it. It sounds the most natural and also adds a ton of social proof by implying that you're super in demand next month, which again raises your perceived value. Take that one to the bank. Up next, we have attraction offer number 5, giveaways. This is where you give away a big prize to create buzz and leads. Everyone enters to win the main prize. You give away the big prize and then message everyone else in private to let them know that they won second place, which is usually some sort of discount on your main offer. Now, there's only one small problem with this, which is that you need an audience to pull this off, plus some level of authority or brand in order for anyone to actually give a shit about your giveaway. So if you don't have those things, skip this one. But if you have established yourself as a copywriting expert and you have a following, you could very well run a free sales page rewrite competition where they have to fill out some sort of short application to enter. Then you pick a winner for the free rewrite and message everyone else, letting them know that they won $1,000 credit towards the sales page, and then you close as many clients as you can handle. If you're an A-lister or a micro celebrity in your niche, this is a nuclear offer. But if you're just starting out, then this next one will be much better for you. Attraction offer number 6, the free goodwill offer. This is probably the most simple of all. You give real help first for free, then they can pay you to do the rest. So as a copywriter, this could be, I'll give you a free full email audit on Loom, plus a rewritten welcome email that you can send today. If you like it, then I'll rebuild the full flow. Even better, to make this offer practically rejection proof, I always like to pre-bake the cookies. And in my outreach, I'll say, hey Sam, I've been a fan of yours for a while. I had some spare time between client projects. So I actually went ahead and I filmed a quick Loom audit of your XYZ funnel that you're running ads to, with a few suggestions on how you can improve conversions and get more from your ad spend. Is it cool if I send it on here? I always frame it as if I've already done it. So it's very hard for the prospect to say no, compared to if you had reached out and just said like, hey, do you want me to give you an audit? Because then it kind of feels like they owe you one, kind of like when someone offers you free food samples on the street. You know, most times it's easier to just say no because you don't want to feel guilt tripped into buying something. Same idea here. So framing it as if you've already done it makes reciprocity work in our favor instead of against us. And it makes them much more likely to accept your offer. Tiny wording tweak, massive difference. And sneaky pro tip, you don't actually need to create the audit first. You can just wait until they reply interested. Then you can go and quickly make it and send it afterwards. So those are 6 banger attraction offers that you can use to get your foot in the door. If your outreach ain't outreaching and you're not getting replies or booking calls, pick one, use it, and then come back and subscribe after you land your first client. And I want to know, which attraction offer of these 6 are you thinking of using? Comment below, let me know. So now that we've fixed your sad little closed down water park of a client roster and turned on the taps so you have clients and money rolling in, let's make each client worth 5 times more. That was 2, I'm not very good at magic. All right, we're just gonna leave that in there. Most freelancers totally skip this part, and that's why they stay poor. If you wanna make actual life-changing money, then you're gonna need to master the second type of offer, upsells. A lot of people feel icky about offering upsells because they're like, they just paid me money. I don't wanna ask for more. And frankly, you need to get over it. Because if you're offering a second and third thing that is valuable, that they're happy to pay you for, then who are you to stand in your own way and stop them from buying more from you? Newsflash, if they don't pay you to do it, they're gonna pay someone else to do it. So that person may as well be you. There are 4 types of upsells we're going to cover, starting with upsell offer number 1, the classic upsell. This is the good old, would you like fries with that? If Macca's didn't offer fries and a drink, they wouldn't have a business. Or McDonald's for you Americans. Upsells are where nearly all of these fast food businesses' profits come from. Now the way to apply this outside of burgers is, after they buy, offer the next helpful thing immediately. Now, as a copywriter, you have a zillion options for this because every business has a need for more content and copy. If you're selling a sales page, just say, hey, by the way, do you have your upsell path sorted or do we need to create those pages? Do you have your ads already or do we need to make those? Do you have your email sequence sorted or do you need me to write those too? See how it doesn't feel sleazy? It just feels natural. Like if they're launching a sales page for an offer, they obviously need all these other things to make the funnel work. So notice my wording just before. It's like we're already on the same team and I'm acting as someone who has vested interest in their success. It's like, do we need ads for this or are we sorted? And you can do the same thing with an email offer. Let's say you close them for $3K a month for a full scale email marketing management to write and send 1 email a day. 100% handled end to end, they don't have to touch anything. Well, a next logical step would be like, hey, since I'm already coming up with a fresh content idea every day, would you like me to also rework all these emails and turn them into short form scripts for your Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok so that all of your short form content is handled too? It'll just be an extra $1,000 a month. A lot of people will say, yeah, actually, that sounds great. Thanks. There's nothing icky about it. It just makes sense for everyone. Like the other day, I had to get the front brake disc on my bike repaired, and he was like, hey, I noticed your stand's kind of fucked. Would you like me to fix it while you're here? And I was like, dude, absolutely. That stand is driving me nuts. Now I don't have to go somewhere else to get it fixed. I can just get it fixed here. And it's the same principle with your clients. This is why you need to be continually investing in your skills, mastering all types of copy so you can become the one-stop shop for all of your clients' marketing needs. This is how we have guys like Andrew making $7,500 a month from one client. Neil and Akil both earning 10K per client, and Arjun making over 100K a month income from one client because he upsold this guy so much that he now owns half his business as a 50-50 partner. By the way, if you're not in CMB yet, what are you doing? One of our expert copywriting coaches, Matthew Volkwin, just licensed part of his copy systems program to us in CMB. So now instead of just email, you can learn and master many different types of copy. So you can jump on these upsell opportunities just like Andrew, Neil, Akil, Arjun, and the hundreds of other copywriters we have in there making a killing. We take on 12 people a month, so check the link in the description below for details and availability. If you're approved to join us, we guarantee you'll make at least 4K a month after 10 weeks, or we'll work with you for free until you do. Was that a classic upsell in action? Use it and make twice as much per client. Up next, we have upsell offer number 2, the menu upsell. Think, you don't need this, you need this. Now this one is similar to the classic upsell, but the key difference is rather than us offering the client specific upsells, we give them the illusion of choice by presenting them a menu of upsells to choose from, and then establishing ourselves as a trusted advisor by telling them that they don't need most of them. Quick story to illustrate this point. A year ago, I was in Amsterdam. I wanted to buy a Sony a7 IV camera, the exact camera you're watching me on right now. It was a recommendation from an expert, so I wanted this exact camera with this exact lens. Now, the first store I went to didn't have it in stock, and the guy just kept pushing alternatives. He just reeked of commission breath. I went to a second store and they were also sold out, but instead of trying to sell me a different camera, the guy was like, hey, try those guys across the road. They'll probably have it. He sent me into a competitor and I trusted him instantly because I felt like he genuinely had my best interest at heart. But unfortunately for this guy, he also didn't get the sale. So how do we get the best of both worlds here, where we get to be Mr. Trusted Advisor and also make sales? Enter the menu upsell. Here's how you pull it off. You are going to list out all the major upsells, cross out most of them, recommend 1 or 2, and then assume the close. Here's how this looks in practice. Let's say that they hire you to write a sales page. You're going to share your screen on Zoom, pull up your launch checklist in Google Docs, and say, here's everything we need to make sure this funnel succeeds. First, we need great ads to get people to the sales page. I've looked at your ads, and to be honest, I think they're solid, so we don't need new ads. Tick the box, cross it off. Next, your order bump. You said it was converting at 50%, which is perfect. No changes needed there. Tick, cross it off. Your upsell page though, I did think was a little weak. I'll be honest, man, if you want to scale this funnel on cold traffic, we need that first upsell to be converting at least 40%, or this funnel won't be profitable and you're just going to burn your money on ads. So for the upsell page, the 2 that always work for upsells for courses are we either offer an accelerator bundle of the course with done for you templates for $97, or we offer a bundle of 4 of your best courses for a discounted bundle of $497. Which of those 2 do you want me to build for you? Notice the assumed close. They say the first one, you say, yeah, I totally agree. That'll make more sense for this offer. I can move some projects around for you so I can make sure I can deliver on this at the same time together with the sales page, so that way we can hit your deadline. It'll just be an extra $1,000 for that page. You good to use the card on file? They say, sure, bam, assumed close. You just upsold them an upsell page. Upsellception. So what happened there? Let's break it down. So first we unsold them what they didn't need in order to build trust. This was the ads and the order bump. Second, we prescribed them the thing that they do need, which was a new upsell page in their funnel. Third, we assumed the sale and gave them the illusion of choice by saying, here are your 2 options for the upsell page, like chocolate or vanilla, which one do you want? They choose chocolate. Then we make buying easy by asking them if they want to use the same card. That's how you menu upsell like a boss. And you can keep doing that with 2 or 3 things, not just one, as long as you unsell first to build that trust. The menu upsell, one of my all-time favorites. Up next, we have our 3rd type of upsell, the anchor upsell. This is similar to the decoy offer from earlier. So the idea behind the decoy is we offer something kind of shit for really cheap, and then we compare it side by side with the premium offer so that the premium offer really looks like the only logical option if they want long-term results. With the anchor upsell though, we also use a decoy, but the difference is that we make the decoy the expensive one, not the cheap one. Now for this to work, the decoy needs to be an ultra high priced version that's like 5 to 10 times more expensive so that the normal option feels cheap by comparison. High-end fashion stores like Hermes are notorious for this. Let's say you go in to buy your girl a Birkin bag because you've been watching my channel and you're balling now. You walk in and the first thing you see is a $200,000 Birkin bag on display. Suddenly, you shit your pants and regret your decision to walk in. But don't fear, because right next to it, they have their regular $20,000 Birkin bag. That's almost exactly the same. Now, I'm sure we can all agree, 20K is fucking ridiculous for a tiny handbag that you literally just put makeup and shit in. But because you've first been anchored by the 200K handbag, you go, you know what? This 20K one looks like a pretty good deal. What you don't know is that the 200K bag is a decoy that was put there for that exact reason. They don't really intend on selling it, but its presence leads to increased sales of the products they actually want to sell, which is the 20K bag. Cool, Sean, but I'm not Hermes. So how do you anchor upsell as a freelancer? Simple. Craft an ultra premium package and make it super expensive so your main offer feels like a steal. Then present the expensive one first on the call. That's the key. So for a launch funnel, you might say, okay, the way I work is there are two options. We can do a VIP launch day in person here in my home office for 15K, which includes strategy, copy, testing, the entire thing done in one day, but you got to get your own flights. Or we can do the remote launch package where I build the whole thing for you and launch within 7 days for 4K. Which would you prefer? Now your 4K offer feels cheap compared to the 15K offer. So of course, pretty much everyone chooses the 4K one. And your overall close rate increases compared to if you just had 4K or nothing. Now the trick with doing decoy offers and anchor upsells, decoy offer does have to be a legit sounding product. It can't just be some bullshit rubbish that you just charge 15K for. It has to sound like a legit offer. Otherwise, business owners are just going to see right through you, especially if they've read this book. And a word of warning, do be ready to deliver the premium offer because some people will choose it. This actually happened to me one of the first times I tried this tactic 6 years ago. A client chose my 10K offer and I was gobsmacked. Like I was not expecting it. I did get great results for him for the record, Alan, if you happen to be watching this. But that's a super easy way to instantly close more deals. Add a second option, make it super expensive, and you'll sell more of your main thing. And now our final upsell on the menu, upsell 4, the rollover upsell. This is one of the core parts of my infamous reverse outreach system that has been responsible for getting dozens of freelancers to 6 figures. I've also used this to personally generate 7 figures in profit in my own business, and I use it with nearly every offer I put out. It is so good and it's so simple to execute. All you do is you apply what someone has already paid towards something more expensive if they upgrade within a certain time frame. This is how we turn one-time projects into juicy retainers. So with all those attraction offers we covered earlier, which essentially revolve around doing some sort of one-off project like a launch funnel, welcome sequence, getting their emails out of spam. That's my favorite one. Let's say you charge $1,500 to get someone out of spam. Right? When you finish, you schedule a results review call where you show them what you did and the results that you generated so they're all excited. Then you say, now their emails are out of spam, would you like to actually make some money from them? Because you know that all the deliverability stuff I just did for you is normally included in my monthly retainer anyway. I can see a lot more opportunities for you to make money from your list. Is it cool if I share some insights and then if you want to hire me afterwards to implement them, then we can talk about that if you want. You pitch them and then you say, okay, so for me to handle your email marketing, including market research, offer creation, promo calendar, daily broadcast email, automations, and deliverability is $3K a month. But because you already paid me $1,500 to fix your spam problem, if you want to get started this week, then I'm happy to credit the $1,500 you already paid towards the retainer. So the first month would just be $1,500 instead of $3K. Sound fair enough? Boom, close them, collect the cash, off you go. Super compelling offer because we're essentially leveraging the sunk cost of their $1,500. So not upgrading feels painful because it's like, if I upgrade, then the spam thing was technically free. Then if I don't upgrade, then it cost me $1,500. It's really powerful psychologically. And you can keep ascending people all the way up from your cheapest offer to your most expensive by just crediting each one towards the next. Pro tip, if the front end thing was more expensive, like let's say it was $3K and your retainer is also $3K a month, rather than just giving them a whole month for free, I would split the credit over 3 months. So it's $2K a month for the first 3 months. This way you give them an incentive to start now because they get the discount, but the discount spread over 3 months. So they got to stay at least 3 months to get their full discount, which increases the likelihood that they're going to stay with you for the long term. The rollover upsell, it's fucking gangster. Use it. But what happens when someone says no? Well, you of all people as a copywriter should know the answer. We, of course, are going to offer them a downsell. Here's the truth. Everyone will buy something from you if you make them the right offer. Smart copywriters know how to do this better than anyone. Downsells are about modifying your original offer until you find the best solution for their budget so you can get the most paying customers out of all the leads you talk to. There are 2 ways to downsell. Either we can change what they get or how they pay. Downsell 1 and the most straightforward, payment plans. Pretty self-explanatory. Same price, split into smaller chunks. Just makes it easier on cash flow so more people say yes. It also lowers the perceived risk if the client doesn't have to pay everything up front. Now, obviously, this is not applicable to a monthly retainer, but for one-time projects like sales pages, I like to do half upfront and then half once the project is complete, so that this way neither party is taking on all the risk. This also gives you leverage to increase prices, since people tend to weigh the absolute amount more than the payment frequency. So, quick thought experiment. If I said to you, what sounds cheaper, $250 a week or $1,000 a month? Most people would say $250 a week, even though it's actually more expensive since there are 13 months in a year when you price weekly. So if you make your payment plan $3K upfront and then $3K upon completion, that actually feels cheaper to most clients than $5K right now, because a $3K payment in the future just doesn't feel quite as concrete as $5K right now. So this way you can actually increase prices and increase your close rate, assuming you collect the second half. Now, if you're worried about getting screwed over, not getting paid the second half, then one super ninja pricing hack I love that I teach all my students, I call it the double stack close. All you do is you double your price and then you present it as a half-half, with the second payment tied to the dream outcome. So instead of charging 5K for a sales page, you say, my price is 10K, but I like to put my money where my mouth is. So instead of paying the full 10K upfront, I charge half upfront and the other half only once you've made 50K from the sales page. So that way we're both incentivized to make this project a success. Now you're perceived as a 10K copywriter instead of a 5K copywriter. And they go, wow, this guy's really confident in his skills. And often this can actually increase your close rates because it's perceived as like you're putting half your income on the line contingent to the sales page performing. What the client doesn't know is that you just doubled your price and added an additional 5K. So this way, if the client cuts ad spend or changes his mind or whatever, shit happens all the time, you're still protected and you get your full 5K upfront. And the second 5K is just gravy if the client actually pays it. Because let's be honest, when the page makes them 50K, they're still getting the better end of the deal. And by the way, if you feel like this is sleazy or unethical, just remember, all prices are made up. The only difference between a 5K and a 10K copywriter is the one charging 10K had the balls to ask for it. There is no rule book on what you can and can't charge. It is your business. And if the client agrees to pay it, that is all that matters. And honestly, it's probably a sign that your original 5K was too cheap anyway. So if any of the prices I'm saying in this video sound too expensive or too cheap, just scale them up or down, depending on where you're at. That is a double stack close. Brutally effective. Use it. Next, downsell number 2, trial with penalty. Not my favorite, but it does have a time and place. Essentially, this is letting the person try it free if they follow the rules, and if they don't, they pay a fee. Now, as a copywriter, you might use this when downselling a free trial. So if someone's not taking your 3K a month retainer offer, rather than just resorting to a free trial, you can say, all right, listen, John, I don't normally do this, but you've got big goals and that excites me. It's going to take at least 3 months to hit your goal. So if I can prove myself by beating your current average results over the next week, would you be prepared to move forward with a retainer deal after that? They say, sure thing, young buck. Then you say, okay, let's do this. I'll write you a week's worth of emails for free, but if you don't provide me the onboarding assets within 48 hours and final approval within 48 hours of the emails being done, then I'll have to bill you my standard $500 rate for the week trial. Fair enough? Keep this one in your back pocket, use it to close prospects who are on the fence. And if you can't beat the current average, then why would they keep you on retainer anyway? You need to work on your skills. So this deal makes sense for both parties. And last, we have the most classic downsell of all, the feature downsell. You should be very familiar with this one as a copywriter because it's pretty much how downsells work in every sales funnel ever. Payment plans are popular too. So if someone can't afford your main price thing, you take a part of it out and you offer that. Same project, fewer features, lower price. So if someone doesn't want full-scale email marketing management for 3K a month for a daily email, well, you could either, 1, offer them less emails, so it's only 3 emails a month for $1,500 a month, or option 2, you could say, hey, instead of me logging in and sending the emails for you and handling deliverability and automation, I can just send you the daily email copy in a Google Doc instead, and it'll just be 2K a month, but you would be responsible for making sure that they get sent out. Pretty straightforward, don't really need to explain that one. Let's get into our 4th and final type of offer. Hopefully you can see by now that getting clients is pretty fucking easy, but keeping them for years, that's how true wealth is built. I have clients that are still paying me today, 6 years after they signed up. That payment would not still be coming in every month if I didn't have the 4th key type of money model, a continuity offer. In the freelance world, this essentially translates to monthly retainer, which is the holy grail that most copywriters strive for. Since it provides a reliable income, it allows you to land long-term partnerships, and it saves you from having to hunt for new clients every month like a bloodthirsty hyena. Starting with continuity offer number 1, continuity bonus offers. In plain English, this basically means sign monthly now, get a valuable bonus. So for copywriters, start the retainer today, get a bonus done for you welcome sequence as a bonus. Simple urgency that pulls deals forward. Continuity offer number 2, continuity discount offers. This means we reward commitment with a deal. Now, this is the oldest trick in the book when it comes to monthly subscriptions. Think about every software, app, gym, program, literally any subscription you've ever signed up for. It is always cheaper to pay for a year upfront than to pay month to month. Why? Because realistically, the average retention for most subscriptions is pretty shit. It's like 3 or 4 months. So if you can get paid the equivalent of 9 months, you have a much higher LTV. Plus, you get all that cash up front so you can reinvest it into ads and scale. Essentially, what we're doing here is rewarding commitment with a deal. So the copywriter version could be prepay 3 months, get 10% off, or commit to 12 months, get the 13th month free. Now, it's up to you to calculate what is your average retention, how many months does the average client stay, what is your average LTV. Then you can optimize the numbers based on what will make you the most profit overall. That brings us to our third continuity offer, the waived fee offer. This basically means remove the setup fee if they commit to a term. This is super applicable to copywriters, and I highly recommend you use this with every deal you close for the rest of your life. For example, you might say, normally I charge a one-time setup fee for $2K to build out all of your key profit-driving automations, but since it typically takes a few months to really dial everything in and get the system cranking, then I'm happy to waive the $2K setup fee if we work together for at least 6 months. Cancel early and the fee applies. And hey, just because you stuck with me all the way until the end, I have one more for you. Number 4, bolt-on continuity. After a big one-time project like a sales funnel, offer a small keep plan at 5 to 20% of your main price and make it the default continuation. So for example, after a 5K sales funnel, you could charge $500 a month ongoing to test new leads every month, or write them a fresh batch of ads every month. So that way you're always pushing to improve the conversion rates of the page, which any good marketer should be doing anyway. This provides ongoing value to the client and after purchase care, plus gives you ongoing cash flow, which significantly increases LTV with relatively little effort. All you do is bundle that into your original deal. So when you present the offer, you just say it's 5K plus $500 a month after that. So it's already baked into the deal from the beginning. Okay, we covered a lot of shit in the last 40 minutes. This video took me 3 full days to prepare, plus 7 years of testing before that. So if your head is spinning, I don't blame you. There's a fuckload of actionable value in this video. What you're not going to do is go out and try implement all 17 of these today, or your business will break. What I want you to do is pick one attraction offer, one upsell offer, one downsell offer, and one continuity offer. Then let me know in the comments which ones you chose, and I will give you my personal feedback on your model. Once Uncle Sean's given you the seal of approval, I want you to write out your exact offers and install them into your DM scripts, email scripts, offer doc, closing call script, and proposals, however you sell your stuff. Let me give you an example to show you how this all ties together. One possible money model for a one-time project, like a sales page, could be 3 Goodwill attraction offer in the form of a Loom audit, plus 3 alternate headline suggestions for their sales page. Then you send them to Anchor Upsell, which is either, hey, I'll fly out to your location and build this out with you over a weekend for 20K, or I'll do it remote in 10 days for 5K. Then if they don't take the 5K upsell, payment plan downsell, where you say pay 3K now and 3K after it's done. Close them on that, and then continuity bonus, hey, I'll rewrite your lead every month for $500 a month. So your conversions keep improving and you scale faster. That's one example. Second example, if you're offering email as your main service, well, an example money model for you could be 1 Decoy attraction offer in the form of a free get out of spam guide. This is what we do in CMB and it fucking crushes, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You get on a call and you say, hey, you've got 2 options. Either take the plan, do it yourself, hope it works out, or option 2, hire me to just do it for you for a one-time payment of 2K. Most of them will go, yep, sounds good, fix it for me. Bam, 2K close. You go fix their spam problem. Then you say, hey, now that you're out of spam, would you like to actually make money from your list? They say yes, boom. Credit the 2K towards the retainer, split it over the first 3 months. So they feel like they're getting a great deal. Oh, they're a brokey and they don't want to do 3K? Fine. Feature downsell, hey, we'll start with just $1,500 a month for just 3 emails a week. And then once you start seeing a healthy return, we can scale it up. Sound fair enough? Boom, credit the 2K they paid, split it over the first 3 months, closed. Hopefully you can see there are endless ways to mix and match these models. Your only limit is your creativity. Go create yours today. Let me know what you chose in the comments. And hey, as good as everything was that we covered in this video, this is like 1% of the strategies we have in CMB. So if you want expert help from a team who's helped hundreds of people earn a full-time income with copywriting, click below to get the details on CMB and apply. We guarantee you'll make 4K a month within 10 weeks, or me and my whole coaching team will work with you for free until you do. We take on 12 people a month, so if the page says waitlist, it means we're full. And hey, if you're not ready to invest in your growth yet, I filmed an interview with one of my CMB graduates who landed Alex Hormozi as a client helped him build acquisition.com into a $200 million company, and pulled off a record-breaking book launch. It is the most valuable interview I've ever recorded, and it's waiting for you right here. Was that a featured downsell? I'll see you over there.